So I will add a marker here, and we'll go ahead and... The fuck was that? What? Did they add... I think they added a noise for whenever you add a marker to stream, and it scared the shit out of me. It's not even loud. It was just like a little... All right, well, anyways, yeah, I had another reason for doing a live stream today, and that's just to remind people that I have artwork commissions. And that's how I make my money right now. So if y'all are interested, then, yeah, hit me up. All right, I don't think that... I think this is where we're gonna start things, because, obviously, I'm like... I know that there's not really anybody watching right now, but hey. Alright, so I did want to start off by just being like, yeah, I am playing the game for the lore this time. I'm going to be taking my time, not speedrunning through the campaign. I'm going to be trying to get as many, like, lore document things as possible, because I know, like, a big thing about it is that usually I'm one of those people as well who just, like, speedruns the campaign in like 10 hours, maybe less, depends how I'm feeling. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing that this time, and I do have ideas for what kind of character I want, because obviously once I have the character leveled up, then I can just play them however. I figured this is also a really good idea for, like... I figured this is also a really good idea for people on my channel who don't really know what the hell is going on in the game half the time. So I can take it nice and slow and steady so that I can explain things more to people. The problem I usually have is that with these sorts of playthroughs, I'm speeding through, I don't tell anybody what the hell is going on, or if I do, it's just like an in-passing thing. No, I'm gonna fix that, you know? I'm gonna change that. So let's do that. To start with, the lore does begin as soon as we start choosing our characters, because every character in this, every exile, has their own lore. And I know that's like usually like a basic thing, but like, no, it is important. And I will mention, I know for a fact that every class has unique dialogue, not just from them, but associated with them. And I'm not going to be able to get it all. So, not on one playthrough at least. I'm mostly curious about the main narrative more than anything. Like, the main, like, through-line plot of every character, because I've heard a lot of the voice lines from, like, all the characters about the characters and whatnot. So instead, I'm just going to listen to the dialogue for each character to kind of explain what's going on. Starting with the Templar.
You swore sinew and soul to serve God and the Order of the Templar. For years you built a life upon faith, only to smite it asunder with one sinful blow. And is that not the greatest folly of all? To lose faith when it's all you have left? You were once the chosen of God, a Templar. You are now the chosen of Rayclast, an exile.
Yeah, his whole thing, the Templar's whole thing, is basically that he was a man of God, he was a Templar, but he then started to figure out that the Templar order was corrupt and evil, and holding true to his beliefs of the religion that he was a part of, it was like, yeah, I'm gonna do my own thing, fuck you.
You were born with quickness of body and sharpness of mind. How have you paid for these gifts? With innocent blood. Yours is a predatory profession, the business of butchery. You have stolen many a life to fill your purse. Now you will earn your redemption in Rayclast.
Yep. The Shadow is all about, you know, assassination, killing, stuff like that. Pretty basic character, and I'm not going to be picking him for one reason, and that is because during Act 5, he actually runs out of dialogue because they couldn't get the original voice actor or something. So, yeah.
Do you think you are savage enough to face the land of the damned, Marauder? We offered you truth, yet still you clasped your superstitious lies. We offered you service, yet you wasted your strength in defiance. Rayclast offers you something else. An education in true savagery.
Yeah, the entire reason that the Marauder is being exiled is because he stuck true to his heritage. He is a Karui, which is essentially like an indigenous people of Rayclast, or the indigenous people of Rayclast. And obviously, being that the Templar Order doesn't like, people like that, they're exiling him because of it. That's basically the only reason.
A scion of perfection in mind, body, and grace. The crowning glory of our civilization, offering us hope, offering us light. But you gave us only murder and darkness. May Rayclast embrace you as we cannot, for your very presence has become too painful to bear.
The scion was born to be wed. Her whole thing is that she was born so she could be married off to some rich asshole. And she did not like that. So she killed her husband. Yeah.
Swift and silent, you stole the bounty of others. A crow that plunders our crops. A stray dog that slaughters our sheep. Ariath is a land of men, not animals. Think on that, Ranger, when Rayclast shows you how to truly live like an animal.
I think that pretty much just sums up everything about her. I think she just she likes to steal stuff. She likes to hunt down stuff. Things like that. Yeah.
You were born to be swift and strong. What did you do with your gifts, duelist? You squandered them on self-indulgence. Sin has led you here. Your path inked in the blood of gratuitous murder. You have betrayed the Grand Arena. Now Rayclast shall be your audience and your foe.
So, if I remember right, the duelist, the entire reason that he's being exiled, so he was an entertainer. That was his whole thing. He was a duelist in the Grand Arena. He was very much just like a guy who was really good at fighting. Well, when he was apparently, I think that the lore goes that when he was he at one point, how do I explain this? I think it was when he managed to meet with some of the sponsors, he literally just punched one of them in the face. That's the reason that he's being exiled, because he punched someone in the face one time.
Why do the keen of mind seek to satiate their curiosity in darkness and depravity? Innocence is our father. Ariath is our mother. When a daughter strays from the light, she makes herself an orphan. Learn well the lessons that Rayclast will teach you, witch. It is your only hope of finding your way home.
So the witch, yeah, she is just blasphemous. That's her whole thing. She's an occultist, and her whole thing is that she goes against the very principles of this religion's god, which technically is the Christian god as well. The whole idea of innocence is based heavily on capital G God. So, just a little added, information for whenever you're thinking about this stuff. But I am actually going to be playing as the witch because I do want to have a witch. I want to play as a witch because I want to have a necromancer to be able to play as. Yeah, I'm going to be playing a witch not for the elementalist, which is the most popular ascendancy this league. Or at least it was for the beginning. I don't know if it still is. Who knows? But now I need a name because I don't know what to name them. Wait. Lore Rat Gaming. There we go. Okay, yeah. Should date piety? I'd rather not think. I think not. Alright.
The very sand shivers with malice. There's a power here that welcomes me.
You and I, we're the only ones that made it to shore. Alive, anyway. Looks like you found something you can defend yourself with. Good. This place is crawling with criminals. There's smoke rising just east of here. Could be worth checking if it's...
Okay, that's actually a really neat little thing.
The dead will soon rise for me, not against me.
I didn't know that he actually got cut off even in the dialogue. I thought that it would, like, end the dialogue box and then he would get eaten by that zombie. No, he apparently does just straight up get interrupted, which is kind of cool, actually. Yeah, and like I said, this is going to be a very chill stream with regards to happenings. In fact, you know what? Hold on. Let me do this. There we go. This is going to be a very chill stream because I'm playing as the cat right now. If I was doing like challenges and whatnot, then I would be the rat. If I was doing this for just entertainment value, then I would be Fluffals. But no, in this case, I'm just doing this to just relax, chill, have some fun, you know? And besides, I have not really played this game for the story in a long while. I think the last time, okay, I was paying attention to the story whenever I first played back in 2023, I want to say. The problem being, that was 3 years ago, and I don't remember anything from that playthrough, really. Because that was whenever I played as the Marauder, which is one of the least new player-friendly classes in the game. I played as the Marauder, and I didn't even get an Ascendancy, which is a major part of build variety in this game, because it's just a straight upgrade to whatever you're doing. And yeah, I didn't know what was going on basically at all.
I thought I'd be a dead woman by now.
There we go. Now, I do have, because I've been playing in this league already, I do have plenty of gear already available to me. And I will probably use some of it, but not all of it, you know? Also, skill tree jump scare for the people who have never seen this. Welcome to Path of Exile. Anyways, because I'm the witch, I can only really choose from one of two options, and that is really how it works. In this case, it's like, you know, you start off with just 2 options, then you have 3 options, then you have 4, and it just keeps getting more and more complicated because it does lead you through it. People will usually see this and think to themselves, wow, that's a lot of skills. It's not that bad. It really isn't. You just gotta take it one step at a time. All right. Yeah, you can already see the guys that I have, my mercenaries. But also, because this is a lore playthrough, I have to listen to this.
Brilla of Cinderford, you have transgressed against your god and your fellow man. You have been a willing vessel for the following sins. Theosophical vanity. 3 counts of upholding and promoting heretical beliefs. Practicing medicine without qualification. God has charged me with your redemption. You are hereby exiled to Reclast, where it is hoped you shall come to repent your sins and make your peace with your beloved father.
I think that is actually the lore of the witch. I think it is. And if she is actually if she was actually a healer, that is very in line with what an actual witch was like in like actual history. They weren't so much like, like evil, like, ooh, gonna eat your babies kind of character. No, they weren't like that. Instead, they were more healer types. They were very much people who were willing to help others. And, Christianity doesn't like that.
Lothar of Weatherdale, you have transgressed against your God and your fellow man. You have been a willing vessel for the following sins. Civil envy. 4 counts of undermining Templar authority. 1 count of falsely defaming a Templar of highest reverence. God has charged me with your redemption. You are hereby exiled to Reclast, where it is hoped you shall come to repent your sins and make your peace with your beloved father.
I think that is actually also the lore of the Templar, but I don't know, because, again, the characters that you play as don't have names. They have titles.
Hadri of Dayton, you have transgressed against your God and your fellow man. You have been a willing vessel for the following sins. Theosophical vanity. 1 count of public heresy. 1 count of challenging the authority of a church official. God has charged me with your redemption. You are hereby exiled to Reclast, where it is hoped you shall come to repent your sins and make your peace with your beloved father.
Another thing that I wanted to mention is that in the lore, characters like this are being exiled from Oriath, which is the area that we came from. Characters are being exiled from Oriath for any number of crimes. There are some of these letters that are tiny by comparison to others.
Joy of Kimby, you have transgressed against your God and your fellow man. You have been a willing vessel for the following sins. Civil envy. 1 count of harboring a sentenced exile. God has charged me with your redemption. You are hereby exiled to Reclast, where it is hoped you shall come to repent your sins and make your peace with your beloved father.
Case in point, harboring a sentenced exile. Normally, most cultures would be like, oh, maybe just like some time in prison because, that's not exactly a good thing. No, just fuck them. Get them out of here. We don't want them.
Hillock of Slow.
Oh,
you
dear.
have transgressed against your God and your fellow man. You have been a willing vessel for the following sins. Mortal Wrath. 6 counts of common homicide. 1 count of infanticide. 2 counts of homicide with post-mortem desecration. Unlawful avarice. 12 counts of extortion through threat of mortal harm. 7 counts of armed larceny. 2 counts of armed larceny resulting in mortal harm. Unsolicited lust. 4 counts of rape. 2 counts of attempted rape. Mortal wrath. 1 count of rape resulting in mortality. God has charged me with your redemption. You are hereby exiled to Reclast, where it is hoped you shall come to repent your sins and make your peace with your beloved father.
Yeah, that was the zombie that we killed as the boss. That was the first boss of the game. Yeah, whenever I say this game is dark fantasy, it's fucking dark. Whenever I saw the name pop up, I knew immediately what was happening.
Olin of Theopolis, you have transgressed against your God and your fellow man. You have been a willing vessel for the following sins. Unlawful avarice. 1 count of petty theft. Civil envy. 1 count of resisting the authority of an officer of the Ebony Legion. Mortal wrath. 1 count of reckless conduct leading to the accidental homicide of an officer of the Ebony Legion. God has charged me with your redemption. You are hereby exiled to Reclast, where it is hoped you shall come to repent your sins and make your peace with your beloved father.
it's also really telling just how willing these people are to just get these exiles out of there, that they're using the same copy-pasted messages, basically. That's really saying something. And I love that detail. That's just a little detail, but you know.
Carling of Marfolio.
Also, I think that was
You
the
have transgressed
duelist.
against your god and your fellow man. You have been a willing vessel for the following sins: civil envy, 1 count of defaming a church official. God has charged me with
Literally,
your redemption.
okay, literally,
You are hereby
that guy
exiled.
literally just said bad words about a church official, and that's enough to get him kicked out of Theopolis, out of Oriath. That says a lot about these people.
Hadri of Dayton, you have transgressed against your god and your fellow man. You have been a willing
I read this
vessel
one?
for the following sins: theosophical vanity, 1 count of public heresy, 1 count of challenging the authority.
Oh no, I think
of a
we
church
have seen that
God
one.
has
But
charged me
yeah,
with
it's a
your
lot of that basically. Basically, a lot of this is just a lot of that stuff is just like lore. Seems familiar? Yeah, exactly. Anyways, also let's go ahead and get some cosmetics on. Let's see. That on there. Get the pitch black armor. Get the autumn night. Is the keeper of the flame? Well, it's not, but that's awesome. Being sentenced to death because you said no to a priest. Yep, that's about right. And then armor attachment. Let's go ahead and use... Let's use the Exile's Cloak. That's like the classic Rat of Exile look. Yeah, look at that. There we go. Now I'm the rat. But yeah, that is telling you exactly what kind of world this is, where literally just saying bad words about a church official is enough to get you literally exiled from your entire country.
I saw what you did to Hillock out there, witch. Your black art is the reason you're here, in exile. It may also be the only thing that allows you to see another dawn. I'm Nessa, and I suppose I should thank you for ridding us of that putrid giant. Back in Oriath, I judged your kind without hesitation. In Rayclast, I don't have that luxury. Lion Eye's watch isn't much, but it's ours. We could use you here, while you live. But should you wish to venture out, do just one thing for me. Out on the coast, amongst the wrecks, there must be a ship's medicine chest. I have many to care for, and there's only so much I can do with herbs and seawater.
A wayfish, waterlogged witch, washed up in Rayclast. That's the first line of the poem I'm writing about you, Exile. Easy, girl. You could scorch a bloke with a look like that. The name's Bestel, captain of the good ship Merry Gull. At last, my Merry Gull is gone. My crew is gone. But my wits remain, after a fashion. There's an island, a hop, skip and a wade offshore of the terraces. That's where my Merry Gull ran aground. Watched the locals spit roast the ship's doctor, but his medicine chest might still be there, amongst the splinters and bones. It'd have everything Nessa might need. Dr. Shaky Hands Opton was lousy with a scalpel and even worse with a saw, but he knew his apothecary. Explains the shaky hands, if you ask me.
Literally just saying that his own ship doctor was making use of the opioids on the ship, basically.
Made any progress?
So we can also talk with people about various subjects, obviously, but I'm going to leave that until I accept all the quests.
Fine work with Hillock. Where'd you learn to fight like that? No, forget I asked. We exiles have no history. Dominus took it from us when he had his blackguards dump us in the water out there. Here, got something for you. Should help you kill a few more of those undead bastards. No, don't bother thanking me. The way I figure it, the longer we fighters live, the longer everyone lives.
Okay. Oh, yeah, also, for anyone who's played the game, and hasn't seen the absolute abhorrent state of rolling magma, they killed it this league. It's dead for early gaming. I'm not really planning on getting the achievement. I'm pretty much just gonna be going for just whatever I can find. Although I do appreciate that. I do appreciate letting me know about that, because that does help a lot. And who knows, maybe because I have actually, like, because I will have seen most of the dialogue on here, I could look at that guide later on and do it. No, I'm just here so that I can learn more about the story of this game, because I find the story of this game so fascinating. It's so good. I love it. And yet I always skip over it, so I'm going to make a change to that. As for skill that I'm gonna pick, I don't want any of these. Take Raise Zombie for now. Now, obviously, this is in the middle of the league, so if I look at my stash tab, you can already see I've got loot. Yeah, I do know that about the all the stuff in the Path of Exile too. And honestly, that was the game that made me way more interested in this game's story in general. Because I'm like, I still want to know what's going on is the problem. Hold on, don't toss that.
Yes?
Trade those in instead. There we go. That being said, well, 2 people just died instantly. Cool. Okay, let's go ahead and rolling magma, freezing pulse, frostbolt. There it is. Frostbolt is really good for leveling right now. Takes at most 2 days. Yeah, exactly. That's how I am as well. It is a game that gets much easier once you're not paying too close attention to the story. Problem is, I haven't paid attention to the story in a long time, so. Alright, let's see. Lightning damage to spells? Nah. Cold damage to spells, that's actually pretty decent. With increased, well, that's for the weapon. I'll reroll. Oh, wait. Plus 33 to maximum mana is good. Okay, so literally the only thing that's usable on this wand is adds cold damage and maximum mana. Oh, no. It's terrible. Let's go ahead and set that to move only.
Yes?
Okay. Let's mana regeneration rate, because I am always having mana troubles this early on. There we go. Okay, cool.
God
I
hasn't abandoned
think. Okay,
Welcome.
let's also grab some actual armor, because I can take it at my own pace, because I'm gonna be slow anyways. Boots. The critter, yes. The creature. Okay, I think that should be good for now. Now, I am leveling with spells, which makes the game, like, 10% easier.
I know that stench. Just like my sisters. Upon the pyre.
Yeah, literally just the smell of burning corpses. Wahoo! Quite the inviting smell.
Khan's canoe struck this sand with the force. Khan's canoe
that's
struck
just-
this sand with the force of destiny. At his beck, the greatest war host in Karui history tamed the wild sea, their canoes coupling with the land one by one. Lion-eyed gemlings met us with shining metal and bold words. Hyri's arrows withered their pride. Khan's axes silenced their despair. Marseilles Lion-Eye fought bravely to the last. Khan honored him with a place on his belt. Khan has shown Rayclast our Karui strength. Khan will teach Rayclast.
Okay, that's actually really cool. Literally the first bit of lore that we get is on not only part of the lore behind like the Eternal Empire and the war that took place between basically every major group that we're going to run across, but also one of the big things in that is that was literally describing the creation of, well, for one, it was the Battle of Lion Eye's Watch, which is a very important battle, but also Headhunter, one of the most sought after uniques in this game. It literally was Calm's belt with Lion Eye's head on it. So that's really cool that they have that just right now. Oh yeah, and you get to hear my absolutely amazing loot filter noises. So, yeah.
To learn is to live.
Here we go. The League mechanic that I'm not gonna be engaging with because, you know, I already have it. Oh, I actually never thought of that. That is actually a very good point. That is actually the Battle of Lion Eye's Watch. That is cool. Anyways, I'm gonna go to the Tidal Island because I want to get more lore. I need more lore. I personally love how much gold that the new mechanic shits out, though. Honestly, it's great. That's another void. Wow. Can't wait for it to not be added to the game. Yeah, that's it. I get that. I get that. Oh, there he is. Innocent chest. Oh, yeah, and also, I just realized that this actually has Dr. Shaky Hands Oh, Dr. Shaky Hands opt-in. Okay, I thought that was a typo. No, it isn't. Dr. Shaky Shaky Hands Opton traveled with only the finest medicines and antidotes, a curiously generous supply of opiates. I literally said the line earlier about him being high on his own supply of opiates, and look at that. I was right. Listen, if there's one thing I know about old ships and their doctors, really high. And yeah, there is also another weathered carving here, so this will be another thing for us to listen to.
Calm has removed the eternal stain from this coast. The Empire's citizens decorate our meeting houses with their heads. Our warriors build homes for our families. Our families till the earth, fish the waters, fill the air with song. The Kardwi Way is yet a seedling here, but it grows, gains in pride and power every day. Calm has kept his promise. The time of the Kardwi has come.
Makes you wonder, what went wrong? How could we go so wrong? No, I think that was supposed to be... I can't actually tell if that was supposed to be before or after the previous... More spell damage. Okay, we'll go back to town, turn in the medicine chest, and listen to what these people have to say. Shut in cells who did sacrifices because they thought that would get them to Edziri. I mean, knowing how she is, maybe.
I'd almost stopped believing in miracles. This medicine chest, it's greater than the serums and salves it holds. It tells us that we can do more in Rayclass than merely suffer. I've not much to offer in return, but please, take something in thanks for what you've done.
I mean, if there is one thing I do know about the lore, specifically, it's that Arakali kind of does function like that. Let's see. Channeling. I want none of this.
Take care.
So, you managed to salvage Shaky Hand's druggery. Nicely done. Nessa will put it to good use. More than that benumbed quack Optin ever did.
Yes?
Okay, so I did get a Quicksilver. And... oh, yes, volley support. Volley support rules on Frostbolt. That's all I got to say, apparently. Get me some extra damage.
What little help?
Trade in for another medium mana flask because I will be having mana problems here in just a little bit. Let's talk to Tarquin.
Got a job for you, if you're willing. There's a pool near the mudflats needs investigating. You'll smell it before you see it. Stinks like a carcass in high summer, but that's not the worst of it. Dead birds walking. Animals don't rise up again the same as people do here.
Oh!
So if they aren't raising themselves, what's doing it for them? The answer's in that fetid pool. Clear the place out and kill whatever's raising those rowers. We've got enough living dead to contend with already.
That's why the Roas look the way they do in the mud flats. It's because they're zombies. That actually makes perfect sense. I was just being stupid and thought that they looked like bacteria by default. It just clicked in my brain. Yes, I genuinely thought that Roas just looked like that. yeah, and the glyphs all have their own, like, lore as well, so I'll have to read those descriptions.
I need more mana.
Rayclass in Old English literally means Path of Exile. That's really fascinating, actually. Could never decipher what Roa even are. They're birds. It's more obvious in the second game where they actually look like birds. Okay, there's also... Whoa, lag. We're fine.
I think this ray class will serve.
Got another weathered carving here.
Black storms descend on us from the north. Unnatural tempests of rage and hatred, lashing our backs, tearing at our houses. The rain is shot with shadow. It withers our crops, sickens our livestock. And the wind carries with it a restless spirit that breeds melancholy and madness. A spirit that creeps through our dreams, weaves tales of misdeed around our resting minds. We try not to listen. We try to remember ourselves. Oh. But some of us forget. Brothers fight. Brothers die. Calm punishes those that quarrel, that steal, that murder. Yet still the nightmares goad us into malefaction. We Cardoon banish sleep.
That's actually describing very well. That is describing very well the curse of the beast. Because I do know about that. I do know about the beast being, you know, a big evil thing, and I know about its powers over dreams. That's fascinating. Because that would explain... Oh, so it is in chronological order. The reason it's in chronological order is because after the war with the Eternal Empire happened, after that happened, the big thing was that essentially Malachi went north to the city of Highgate, where he was then able to essentially commune with the beast. And that's what's being described there. Huh. Oh yeah, that's what it was. The duelist literally slept with another man's wife and then killed the guy afterwards in honorable combat. Beast is because of Atziri? Actually, I believe it was originally because of Sin. Atziri just managed to find the beast after all that was done. Sin was the original one who planted the seed of the beast, the seed of corruption. And it was the main thing that caused him and Innocence to eventually end up doing battle with one another. I know that a lot of this is probably going to sound really weird and go over a lot of people's heads who don't know the story of this game, but... Do these two... Oh, wow. These two are both cold and chill resistant. This is... Hi. How y'all doing? Me, I'm doing pretty alright. I'm playing game.
Life is short. Deal with it.
There we go. God damn, that was terrible. Oh my god. Yeah, I really need to, whenever I go to play Path of Exile 2 for the lore, I absolutely need to look more into the edicts because those have such heavy lore implications. Yeah, that's the main reason I'm not playing the second game for the story just yet. I'm gonna wait until all the chapters get released, all the acts, and then I'm probably gonna do... Well, I'll still probably do like a main character and then do the game for the story afterwards. And besides, the story of this game is always changing. It's always shifting because every league adds new lore. And then there's some leagues that just have zero fucking lore entirely. Actually, there's only been 3 because we enabled the 3rd edict in the 3rd edict. And whenever the Arbiter of Ash speaks of the 4th edict, it's almost as a present time thing. So I'm very curious as to, like, you know, how this is all gonna go down. All right, now there's only one guy left. Where is he? Oh, here he is. Literally on 1 health. Let's see. All right, and I don't think there's a lot more lore around here that I can get a hold of. But there is plunder.
Hook 'em and gut 'em.
See, it Path of Exile, where if you're horny enough or powerful enough, you will become a god. All right, before I interact with this, let's also read these. So we've got the 3 glyphs. Rosea's glyph, its pleasing sheen remains even in shadow, as if it were somehow lit from within. Haliotis glyph, its corrugated surface brings a strange tingle to the fingertips. This is no mere decoration. When put to the ear, it whispers not of the sea, but long dead incantations. All right. Now let's go back to Lionel's Watch so that we can get more of the story. Darkly!
Now that you've drained that passage, best I warn you about something. I was running down a wounded rower one night's eve when I glimpsed something in that waterlogged cavern. Looked a bit like a sand spitter, only the size of a bloody ox. I reckon it's nesting down in those flooded depths somewhere. If you're going that way, then do us a favor. Spill the old shield crab's guts before it gets hungry and comes looking for us.
Okay. I do want to mention about Adziri as well, the irony of her situation. Everyone around her, including people like Arakali and Ralakesh, people who were specifically working under her in order to give her divinity, they earned divinity, but she never did. She is not a god. Because she never earned that. She never earned that right. I just think that's fun. I just think that's... Goblin. I just think that's a really neat detail.
A necromancer. Just the one, was it? Guess the bastard got a bit lonely, decided to make himself some pets. Well, good to see you don't mind getting your hands good and filthy. Here, to mark a dirty job well done.
Oh boy, respec points.
I've traveled inland on the Emperor's Road via Prisoner's Gate. Had to skirt around Axiom Prison. That's the holdfast of Brutus the Warden. Bloody treacherous trip it was. Worth it? There's forest inland. Game, berries, fruit. More food than we can scrounge here. But most here wouldn't survive the journey. Would be a damn sight easier if we could pass through the prison. Tell you what, you carve us a path up the coast, find us a way past or through Brutus, and you'll have more than a few lives owing to you.
Okay. So Brutus was already known about. Good to know. I mean, I figured as much, but I figured... Let's see. What can I get? Oh, fuck! +2 to level of all cold spell skill gems? I'm pretty sure that would give me way more DPS anyways. Hold on. 46.9 versus 65.5. Yeah. Just
Hello.
straight up better. But Azir has multiple breasts and horns. Yes.
That would just make life complicated.
Okay. Submerged passage. We need to go kill a granddaddy crab. Also, it's... because I'm taking this so slowly, I'm gonna be so over leveled. I'm already level 7 in a level 5 area. I have also heard that leveling spells with the updated staves is insanely good. So I'm really looking forward to messing with that. Staves were already my favorite weapon type in the entire game. Just because I really like the fact that they were just a more defensive option while giving you access to spells as well. Or like spell stuff. But now they just made them even better. My mana woes are going to be even more plentiful now that I have +2 to level of spells.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of staves in this game because of their more defensive properties, honestly. It's like, in a game where you're able to get ungodly amounts of damage, being able to get a defensive layer on top of that is massive. Because, like, the inherent block chance that they gain, massive. It's not this way, is it? Nope. I don't think it is. Nope, it's not. Okay, Dwell of the Deep. Oh, hold up. You that. Oh yeah, and also the fact that they are two-handed, so their mods are just straight up just better. I don't want any of that. The ledge. I don't think there's... I'm gonna investigate. I don't think there's any major lore in here that I need to know about, because this isn't like the Cavern of Anger or anything. No, I don't see any major... I don't see anything on the map, so I think that I'm okay to move on. But the next area, I believe, is going to have some information on Aberrath, maybe. Maybe. Here we are, weathered carving. So another Karui site.
The earth of Rayclast rejects the dead. The black spirit of storm and dream now reaches into the ground and raises up our slain imperial foes. It leads the fallen from their graves and drives them to fight us beyond the end, rotted tooth and jagged nail. Our own remembered have joined their cursed ranks. No longer may we give our beloved to the birds, messengers of spirit to the sky, conveyors of flesh to the earth. Calm has commanded us to destroy our remembered with axe and fire. Calm is the bravest of us, willing to bear the ire of the ancestors for the survival of his people.
So yeah, that is absolutely describing the cataclysm. The cataclysm that happened after the Eternal Empire, the war with the Eternal Empire. Or the war against it, I should say. The Fawn!
I need more mana.
It's dead. Let's go ahead and that up. Go. I want to say that that's the only bit of lore in this area. But I'm just gonna kind of move backwards a little bit to make sure. Oh, there goes that. The frostball. There it goes. All right. And yeah, rolling attack mods on like spellcaster weapons can be a little annoying, not gonna lie, but I do understand that crafting is also just big time gambling. Let's head back to the Nine Eyes Watch and talk to people again.
You managed to kill a granddaddy crab. A pity you couldn't lug it up out of the caves for us. Could have made quite the chowder out of it. No matter. We've got one less reason to fear the dark, and I've got one more thing to thank you for.
Killed a granddaddy crab.
What little help I can...
Yeah, I'm usually... I will fully admit, though, that I am usually the kind of person who will just buy whatever... I will just buy whatever caster weapon I want, because I'm like, I am not about to deal with all that. It's got too many elements, too many variables. Let's see, armor... Yes.
Farewell.
Starting to run low on strength, unfortunately.
Hello.
Can I buy a better stick?
Welcome.
I don't think I can. No, I can't. All right. Back to the ledge.
When I'm ready and not before.
Hold, chill, and freeze resist. It's always the way that this game goes. You start leveling with a certain, like, element type, and it's like every single enemy that you find is resistant to that element. Case in point, that element, that enemy that I just killed. Oh, no, get that out of here. Game knows. Game knows. Desire sensor, yeah, it's like desire sensor, but like the worst kind. Oh, it's fine. I'll equip it. I can't exactly be picky about what I'm equipping or not. A lot of lore hidden in the charts. Yeah. Like I said, they have a lot of stuff that's just... Oh, there's actually stuff that you just cannot find in the game anymore. There's straight up lore that you just cannot find. Like the fact that you could originally, like, explore Oriath after Act 10. Yeah, can't do that anymore.
The black spirit infects living flesh and bone. The animals suffered first. Their bodies changed, their eyes filled with a hatred of mankind that is beyond instinct. Now it is we who must bend and bow like saplings before the sea-born gale. The firstborn of the kingdom of Calm greeted us this day. The firstborn of the kingdom of Calm was buried this day. Even our children are not spared the Black Spirit's touch. What have we done to enrage Rayclast? We look to Calm. Our king will lay the spirit of this land at peace.
Yeah, so this is literally describing what happens during one of the Cataclysm events. Or at least the fallout of it. Because this isn't even like the direct... This isn't the direct results of the Cataclysm. Because obviously the ruins of Sarn are more along the lines of what actually happened during the Cataclysm. So this is literally just like the radiation from corruption, if you will. There's no honor without sacrifice. So yeah, this is the Battle of Lion Eyes Watch, which absolutely makes sense now that you've explained that, because yeah, there's the Karui guys, and then over here are the Imperials. Of course, I have to point out the fact that it has like some of the best music in the entire game, because everybody knows that. It's also apparently the build guide music, but I don't use those. Man, my strength is too low. iron point. And, he's, wait. Now he's dead. I fucking killed him with my frost blink. Alright. I will also say, this game really does play around with the idea of alternate universes a lot as well, because every league is basically its own alternate universe. Every save file in this game is basically an alternate universe. Even in lore.
I'd rather burn than call such a place home.
Like, if I was to go in depth with the endgames lore, it straight up exists. It is basically confirming that, like, the Conquerors are characters from old leagues, like our characters from old leagues, just got driven mad by the Atlas. No, I'm not doing that.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Sometimes you just gotta learn to say no. Oh, I just realized I'm gonna be able to learn more about Brutus. Brutus and Chevron. This is also just my inner history nerd coming out, because, like, anytime I'm reading the history of this game, like any of the lore of this game, my brain is immediately like, this feels like real-world history, because a lot of it is based on real-world history. Like, the fall of the Eternal Empire is heavily based on the fall of the Roman Empire, which I actually did read about, and it's almost one-to-one the exact same thing. Except, you know, it's more fantasy in this game. It's still equally as badass, though. Or at least it's badass here, I should say. I only got a cursory glance at the fall of the Roman Empire, sadly. And technically, I feel like the people of Oriath and Theopolis are based off of, like, Old England, with how they would literally ship their criminals across the sea just so they could banish them. And they're hyper-religious, but, you know.
Ignorance brought you here, sister. To the one place where your talents are free to grow and be truly feared.
And then she runs away like a little bitch.
Still the Karui barbarians advance upon us. Lionai is dead, his legion slaughtered, along with every eternal man, woman, and child from Lionai's watch to the foot of our axiom. Should the need arise, we shall retreat through Prisoner's Gate, raising my barricade behind us. Yet our salvation is at hand. Foul times demand heroic deeds, and through my arts our Lord Brutus will arise anew to defend us. May the dry sands quench their thirst with Karui blood when our mighty warden delivers his judgment upon them.
Hang on, let me see the beginning of that again.
Still the Karui barbarians advance upon us.
Oh, okay, so that literally is after the Battle of Lionai's Watch. Okay. So after the battle, essentially, Chevron reanimated Brutus in order to make him essentially kill the Karui, who were still advancing upon the Axiom prison. However,
You think me a horror? I will show you.
obviously, a bit of an issue. Calm is a motherfucking badass.
been my creation, brute, you'd not have fallen so easily.
My loyal Declan, give Our Lady Piety your absolute support and watch her with absolute scrutiny. There is much to learn from the likes of the Inquisitor, the Umbra, and the Soulless One. I would hate for Piety to feel that she need shoulder such perilous wisdom alone. Dominus.
Because I do remember whenever you play as the Scion, she really does like to point out the similarities in their characters, the Scion and Piety I'm talking. So I'm almost thinking that it's like, that is what that is supposed to be.
Dear Chevron, you have certainly had your work cut out for you with Lion Eye's Legion. Do not concern yourself with Marseilles' complaints. Our Emperor is fully aware of the General's fickle nature. As to your need to accelerate the implantation process, I can recommend a quite simple alteration. Dip the gem in a boiling solution of 6 parts blood and 1 part thormetic sulfite for no more than 13 seconds. Any longer, and you invite the crystal's wrath. Once the gem is withdrawn from the solution, you have but a few seconds to install the gem in the prepared flesh and close the wound. Should the gem cool too much prior to implantation, it will become inert, and your patient with it. Trust in that bountiful talent of yours, Chevron. My thoughts are with you. Malachi.
That's the first time we're hearing about Malachi. Ooh. And literally, he's giving her the information she needs in order to resurrect Brutus, is what it sounds like. So, interesting. Anyways, back to Lion Eye's Watch.
For some, death is welcomed with open arms. Did you end Brutus's suffering out of avarice or mercy? Only you know the answer to that one.
What are you sounding so glum about, lady? I guess I'm gonna take added lightning damage, because that's actually gonna be pretty. Oh. I guess that I could take off volley support. I'll only have 1 ball at that point.
The warden's free of his own prison. Well, since you're so bloody determined to cheat the britches off death, you better have one of these, for luck. And when they write the song about you, just be sure to mention that it was Tarkley who taught you everything you know.
Onigoroshi also has a ton of extra lore. Yeah, I did hear about that. I just didn't want to grind for it, honestly. Then again, it's probably late enough that I could actually buy one. Hold on. Onigoroshi. 5 divines. Interesting. Yeah, I'm good though. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, I'm gonna wait until the end of the act in order to actually like talk to people about their like remaining lore that they have. Yeah, 5 div isn't bad. I mean, I have like 12 in storage right now, so I'm good. But I'd rather save it for the actual, like, any actual building that I want to do later. Enable clarity. crab effect. Night Elementalist? Hell no! I'm going with Necromancer. I want to have an easy game. In terms of survivability, I should say. I ain't going Golemancer.
This is for your own good, sister.
It requires some kind of key. Alright, so I am gonna check.
When I'm ready, and not before.
I'm pretty sure there is more lore in this area. Listen, I'm gonna be like a Diablo 2 player and just say, hey, but Necromancer though. Unless you get regen disabled. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's like any major build in this game. Nah, I just really like playing Necromancer. It's fun. It's weird to say that it's fun, even though it sounds completely boring on paper. Like, as a concept. It's like, okay, I can... If I'm not focusing on the minion stuff, I gain the benefits of offerings for myself. I gain like a shit ton of resistances and damage as like a basic aura that's constantly active on me. I'm like, on paper, it sounds kind of boring, but no, I love it. It's awesome. Oh, I just realized that because I'm playing on the All Flame League, I'm not going to be able to get the full lore of Fairgraves. We don't get to hear about how he stole children away from the Karui and sold them into slavery. No. Ungula. And it's dead.
The sirens appear to be dining well.
Calm stands before us and looks out to the raging sea. He sings, calls, screams to our ancestors to come to our aid. He offers them gifts of old, a feast of heart and mind, muscle and marrow, cooked in the fire and rock of this angry land. We have not practiced these ways in so many years. Only in the darkest of times, most desperate of times, do we perform these oldest of rituals. Only here and now may we sacrifice and consume our own. Only in our King can we trust this return to our ancient selves.
Jesus. Literally believing that their gods abandoned them. Because, I mean, technically, in the communion with the beast that Malachi performed, they kind of did.
Please understand.
It is a gentleman of honor.
Pains me greatly to do this.
Also, look at that damage. Ooh.
And that's how you die properly, sailor boy. No half measures, thank you.
I am still gonna go into the cave just to see. Oh yeah, also Moth, we figured out why the Roas look the way they do in this game. They're undead. this whole time, the most basic option that has been staring us in the face has been true. That's the Cavern of Wrath. And then we got one more Weathered Carving.
Calm is gone. Our king has taken our finest 500 warriors and descended into the depths of Rayclast. He spoke to us of a vision, a gift from the ancestors. Calm has been deceived. The vision was a gift from the Black Spirit. It has conquered Calm. The Black Spirit has conquered the Karui way. Hyri has made ready her canoes. We will take those that are left, 500 forgotten families, and carry them back to their true homes. Back to Ngā Maka Nui. Calm's promises have led us into nightmare. Hyri will lead us back to the dawn.
Mad respect for Hyri, though. She is genuinely a badass character in this whole lore. Is the Black Spirit Kitava? I believe that is supposed to be the implication, yes. But in this direct case, it's only the idea of Kitava. Instead, what is actually affecting them here is the beast, and specifically the corruption from Malachi communing with it. So their belief is that it is Kitava, but in reality, it's the beast. Because it was literally the beast showing him a vision of a better world if he, you know, abandoned his people, basically.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Let's see if there's a reason to do this anymore. Whoa. I don't know if this area has always looked like this, but goddamn. Oh, that's a clothing line. Oops. that's not actually that impressive. But yeah, there's basically no reason to do that. Hey, at least it puts you right back here. All right, let's,
Mervale dwells in the caves beyond the wrecks, at the head of Siren's Cove. Leave her be, and we can only hope that she continues to return the favor. If you must take your chances with the Siren, then have this. It may be of some help. But please, know that you don't have to do this. Tarkley and I are getting used to having you around.
You know what? I think the creeping frost.
Fairgraves was a good man, a fine explorer. He opened the door to many a new world, for better or for worse. Usually for worse when it came to the natives. There's some peace in the knowledge that he now rests where he should. Let's not speak of Fairgraves again, shall we? He was an inspiration to many. 'Twould be a shame to spoil a good hero.
The man literally shipped Karui children across the sea, my dude. Like, that's not... There's literally no other way to put it, my dude. Yeah, I'm like, that's the one point that I constantly think of.
I gave away my heart on the promise of my life. I gave away my love for nothing.
Every time, like, we talk about the Fairgraves was a good man line, because we usually hear that and then skip the line. There goes another guy. That's the fourth void this entire stream. What we end up doing is we'll always just laugh at that line because it's like, no, he was not.
Welcome, husband. We knew in our hearts that you would find us. Come, Doresso. Ambrosia and Amarissa must meet their father. Come, my love. Return to your family.
Now, I do know about Mervale being the wife of Doresso. I do know about that. Yeah. Yeah, it's basically, we don't actually know a lot about the beast, but it is the source of thaumaturgy, and it's also specifically... It also is the cause of one thing. All of the gods in an endless sleep. So by killing the beast in Act 4, we inadvertently awaken all of the gods. Literally, it's our fault as the player that we end up fucking over the world, basically. And technically also causing the events of Path of Exile 2 because of the Countess.
I barely recognize myself.
Obviously, we'll let the game explain things for itself, because I think that it's good enough to have that, but yeah. 5 harvest scarabs of doubling from a single chest? What the fuck? What is that? Let's see. No, I'm quite glad that people are seeming to enjoy this, actually. I was really, really liking it. This is just fun, because it's like, again, I've played this game so many times in the last 2 years at this point that I just want to know more.
I'm so cold and lonely. Embrace me. I wait for the day's return.
Just the one chest. Oh, so that's Ambrosia. Oh, okay, so those are her daughters, literally. Okay. Any bets that's why Doresso left her? It was more than her fish-ass pussy that was, you know... her fish pussy stank. No, it was like, nah, also your fish children that came from the fish pussy? Like, what the fuck? Chaos Orb? How is the audio anyway? Because I feel like it's a little bit loud on the game's end, but I haven't actually been paying attention to that. The meters, I mean, I haven't been paying attention to the meters. Okay, it's good, good. I mainly just wanted to make sure, just in case. Because I did mess with the audio settings earlier. I got turned the fuck around. No, I'm aware you're also playing because Officer Flint Enjoyer. I should also mention that if anyone wants to join, we do have a guild. So if anyone does want to join the guild that we're a part of, send me a message. Literally just whisper this character name. Pretty much anyone's free to join. We got stash tab. I can't frost blink across there.
At last, I have so much I wish to share with you. This is love's true face!
Whoa, lag. There we go.
Poor
Epic.
fishwife.
Poor
Was
fishwife.
love that did this to you.
Oh. And we got our fucking coconut crabs. And the 2 sculler crabs.
Doresso gave me the gem, kissed me, promised that he would be by my side forever.
Oh.
I sang for him. I sang for Oriath with his gem at my throat. Khaleesi's gem. Khaleesi's voice. I sang in her echo, performing arias that had once made the Empire weep. I listened to Khaleesi's lullabies in my dreams. I gave myself to her music, mind and body. Doresso left me for Zaan with a promise to free me from Khaleesi. I begged him not to go, tried to show him the wonder of my transformation, the beautiful daughters he would soon meet. He couldn't see. None of them could see. I fled from their hatred. When Doresso returns, I will cast his cure away. I will teach him what true love is.
So that's why Doresso ended up there. Literally, as soon as she mentioned getting a gem from Doresso, I was like, no, that's why. That's why she became evil. It corrupted her. That makes sense.
I thought you were a fool for seeking out Mervale. A fool in love with death. Now, I don't know. Still, you've delivered this coast from the terrors that long held sway here. We may now find some respite, and that's more than any of us could have hoped for. But please, consider this. What have you become when even nightmares fear you?
That's a question that we will only know the answer to when I get there.
Quite the lady killer, aren't you? That singing squid didn't stand a chance. Knew it from the first time I saw those sharp peepers of yours. Well, pirates notwithstanding, I thank you on behalf of all the fallen brethren of the waves. Now that the final cadence has been played, no one need remember Mervale's song.
Damn me. I didn't think it possible. All these souls Mervale and her brood have consumed over the years. You've done right by those that are dead, and by those who still might live.
Alright, so now we get to actually listen to all the regular dialogue that I missed out on. I only decided to wait until now because I'm going to try doing it all at once now, and then I'm going to see how it feels against Act 2 whenever I just read it whenever it actually pops up. So let's actually listen to all this, because I forgot. I'm going to be honest, I completely forgot to listen to this stuff.
Tarklee's as good a man as you can find on this god-forsaken coast. He has some wrongs to right, no doubt. What they are, I've never asked, and I never will. If not for Tarklee, we'd all be dead. I can think of only one reason why Piety would be here. She's interested in the sickness that pervades this place, the corruption that raises the dead and twists the wildlife into aberrations. Don't tell Tarklee, but they're the foulest fowl I've ever tasted. Still, exiles can't be choosers. The Merry Gull ran aground on the tidal island trying to escape from pirates. As tends to happen here in Rayclast, her crew met a far worse fate. Cannibals. Tarklee pulled Bestil from some hideaway in the wreckage. The ship's only survivor. Whether the ordeal fractured his mind or whether it was just in his nature all along, it's clear that Bestil sails a different course to the rest of us.
Interesting.
What?
Marcius Lionel.
Marsyas commanded the southernmost of the Eternal Legions, here at Lion Eye's watch. Why was he called Lion Eye? Crazy fool had his left eye taken out and a golden-hued gem put in its place. His head must have made quite a pretty adornment for King Gold's belt.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Golden-hued gem? I can only think of one such thing in this game. Pact skills are golden colored. What does this mean? Like, genuinely, is that like an actual, is that going to be an actual thing? Or is that just like me looking too deep into things? I don't know. That's how this game's lore is. Lionel's glare gem is just straight up his eye. Yes, yes it is. Also, Lionel's glare, hold on. I don't see a gem on there. Lionel's fall. Oh. That's it. That's it. That looks like it. Increases and reductions to evasion rating and radius are transformed to apply to armor. For real? Damn. But yeah, I want to say that is basically his eye, just, you know, cut down in order to make it, you know, more pretty.
I was never there.
All right. Nessa.
Poor Nessa. Not even a mother herself, and yet she cares for us all. And what a sickly, pathetic brood we are. May she live to have her own family. A real family. If anyone deserves that, Nessa does.
Tarklee.
Tarklee, rescued from the waves. A stricken Bestil, fate's slave. From fallen crew and broken bark, Bestil lives, thanks to Tarklee.
Don't quit your day job, man.
Errol, the Merry Gull's cook, washed up on the rocks over yonder. Dead as a doornail he was, buried him myself. Then, a few days later, I see him on the beach. A little worse for wear, but upright, shuffling about. A land full of disturbing surprises, this Rayclast.
Prisoner's Gate.
Piety's raised Chevron's barricade. Not that I was likely to ever make the trip inland, but it was nice to have the dream. Hang on a moment. Got a stray thought seeking safe harbor. Piety's one to watch her own back, so she'd never cut off an escape route from possible trouble inland. The cunning witch must be able to lower that barricade from the other side, somehow.
Now let's talk Tarqui.
Greetings.
Lion Eye's Watch.
Founded by Marseus Lioneye as a supply station for his campaigns against the Karui. In its day, Lioneye's Watch could be defended by just a small garrison of well-armed legionnaires. What have I got? A handful of starving criminals with driftwood clubs and rusted hatchets.
Drowned dead.
The Eternal Empire has some right nasty leftovers. Whether it's something in the air or in the water, no one stays dead in Rayclast. Not the first time. Can take a little while, but sooner or later corpses wake up and go looking for breakfast.
Roas.
Roas? Overgrown chickens with a murderous streak. If you're not careful, they'll talon your guts out and snap them up like big fat worms. That said, be sure to rifle through their nests if you get the chance. Roas are like magpies, attracted to what shines.
Cannibals.
Though they might look like you or I, behind those eyes there's nothing but darkness and hunger. Whatever's got inside those folks is not even close to being human.
Oh, like... Like Kitava. And the cultists of Kitava. Huh.
That hat Bestel wears? Saw him pluck it from the real captain's head right before the cannibals barbecued the poor bastard. Waste not, want not, I suppose. Yes, Bestel's got a gift for telling tales, but I'd never call him a liar. The truth's always in there. You just have to listen for it.
Nessa.
Nessa's the one keeps the rest of us from losing our minds. To be honest, when she first arrived, I didn't think she'd survive more than a day. 2 at most. She's been proving me wrong every dawn since. Heard a bard once sing that the fairest flowers bloom in the foulest places. He was bloody well right.
Goatmen.
There's many a way to die in Rayclast. Most of them are mercifully quick. But you get caught alive by the Goatmen, you'll wish by any god you believe in that you hadn't. I've heard some of the more superstitious exiles say there's a deity these Goatmen worship. Abarath, Eater of Agony. Sounds like a right bastard if you ask me. So if the Goatmen hand you an invitation to go have dinner with the Cloven God, tell them where to stick it.
That makes sense why he would be a god of fire, because being a god of agony, what's more agonizing in death than burning alive? That also has really fucked up implications when you think about the fact that, like, as a whole, that whole area was filled with pyres of people and whatnot. Letters of Exile.
I've seen many an exile pass through Lioneye's Watch, and many more that simply pass on. Those letters are my way of keeping track, of remembering. Oriath might want to forget us all, but I'll be damned if I will.
Medicine chest.
That medicine chest you found. It'll do more than you might think. The medicine will run out, it always does, but Nessa won't. Give that girl a sliver of hope and she'll carry it to the end of the world.
The blocked road?
Why would piety go and cut us off from the interior? Thankfully, I don't have it in me to know what that witch thinks. But I reckon you'll work it out. Once you've lowered Chevron's barricade for us, of course.
Actually, you're very right about that. Burning bodies also means they can't be raised. That's a good point.
What?
Okay, looks like everyone has been talked to, which means we can move on to Act 2 finally. That is the longest Act 1 has taken me in a long while. All right, I'm gonna make it to town, and then I'm gonna take a small break so that I can go make myself some coffee and stuff. But let's actually make it there first, shall we? But yeah, honestly, this is giving me a lot more, like, solid information than I thought it would. You gotta take your dog out? No worries, it will not take long. Or I say it won't take long. Yours will not take as long as mine. It takes me a bit to make coffee, sadly.
You have been captured, priest. You will be a survivor, or you will survivor. You are well prepared for the end.
When I'm ready,
This,
and not.
Oh, wait, no, give me the crabs. I need the crabs. Give me the crabs. Can't stay long. No worries, no worries. Mate, we've only just started exiling the path. Exile path. Yeah, don't worry. We got a lot left. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk with everyone, and then we'll go ahead and take a break. So let's go ahead and do this.
I am Groost. I hunt boar, hunt to feed my people. You are not a friend to us. You'll need to run faster than boar.
What about those blood apes?
They fall from trees, try to swarm over you like fleas. Their chieftain, stand back when he beats his chest. Bark is worse than bite.
Okay. Aramir.
I have seen many an exile come and go, into the forest or into the ground. You seem different somehow. Different good, different bad, it's hard to tell at this stage. The name is Aramir, and for now you have the benefit of my doubt. Those bandits you've encountered out there, they're the dregs of Oriath. And with any foul broth, the nastiest chunks bubble to the surface. The lords of Larceny, Oak, Creighton, and Alira, the self-appointed monarchs of the forest, Creighton in the east, Alira in the west, Oak in the north, and this village, this tribe, we pay their taxes. I would never venture to say that life in Rayclast is easy, but with those three gone, well, living here might just become possible.
Huh. Interesting. So what about the Asmeri?
The Asmeri. The culture that descended from the Asmerian mountains and founded the Eternal Empire so long ago. Not that these people have any understanding of their lineage. Their history, identity, all but destroyed in the Cataclysm. These Asmeri took in a disowned son of Oriath, fed me, healed me. To repay my debt, I've taken in the orphans of a dead empire.
I do remember that about Aramir, is that he is actually Oriathan. What about Groost?
Groost is the strong right arm of this tribe. No man hunts better, and no man could do more to protect the ones he loves.
Well, there's this blocked passage over yonder.
I've read about Shavron of Umbra and what she did to the warden at Axiom. You did well to end Brutus's sorry existence. But Chevron's barricade, that's sad news indeed. There is little enough freedom in Rayclast as it is, but to be stranded on that dismal coast, I pity the exiles to come. Would I know how to lower the barricade? Afraid not. I was a bit distracted the last time I took the pass. Hungry goatmen to avoid on that side, Alira's thralls on this side.
What about Dominus?
I embraced the patronage that High Templar Dominus offered my struggling museum. I took his favor and conducted his research into the thaumaturgical arts practiced within the Eternal Empire. I wish I'd known then what I know now. That I was pandering to the warped dreams of a madman.
Ah. Fascinating. Interesting how this game has orbs instead of bars. Oh, wait until I tell you that there's actually lore behind the Val orb looking the way that it does. And I'm sure that there's other reasons for everything else as well, but yeah.
I am Yena, keeper of the spirit.
Yeen.
Are you a kind exile, like Eramir? He is good to us.
Yeen.
Helps us. You will stay and help us too, yes? A beast hunts us in her dreams. A great white beast, tortured and maddened by bad men. A long time gone. She will come here one night to tear, crush, and eat. Her pain tells her to. Find the white beast and end her pain before she shares it with us.
What about Eramir? What are your thoughts on that guy?
Eramir was a wise man in Oria. He is our wise man now. Hear him. You will learn much. If you do not hear, you will likely die.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Groost?
Groost does what he thinks is right. And in Groost's dream, he is never wrong.
Blood apes, am I right?
The forest children are ill. Once they drank from fruit, ate nuts and berries. Now they drink blood, eat brain and heart. This land is in a nightmare from which it cannot wake.
Huh. Silk!
You and me, we are the same. We dream big. We find new places. We do not tell stories. Stories are told about us. I learn the words, the ways of Oriath. You listen to me, and not pigheads like Groost. Then you will live to find more new places. The road, it runs east and west of here. To the west it passes the bandit woman's camp, then turns south to the sea. But you say it is now blocked. I have seen a strange thing in the rock by that south pass. Like one of Groost's carvings, but of stone. You should go look at it. What has been closed might be opened again.
What about Eramir?
Many exiles come this way. Eramir is not like them. Not like you. He is an old man with many stories. He teaches us words that you can understand. He teaches we as Miri to be strong. Not in our arms and legs like Groost. Strong in our heads.
Yeen.
I like Yena. She thinks bigger than this place. She knows there is more to life than hunting and growing Morka. There is spirit.
Pretty sure I already know what his thoughts are, but how about Groost?
Groost is the big man in the tribe. All do what Groost says. But his spear goes limp when faced with the 8 legs.
Why would you bring that up? What? I know that this guy has a thing for spiders, but come on. That's so stupid. I love it. Tell me about the great white beast.
Her fur, her skin, it reminds me of biting winter. I see her one night, follow her to a cave in the old fields to the east. Listen to her howl at the stars. A sad, sad sound. Great white beast, she full of old pain.
Hey, that guy says you have a weak penis around spiders. I know that it's implying that he's terrified of spiders, but like, come on, you gotta admit that sounds like he's like, oh yeah, no, hey, that guy over there, he doesn't find spiders sexy. Like, what a weirdo, am I right? All right. What about Aramir? What are your thoughts on the guy?
We are Asmeri. You are not. Eramir is not. Life was good when it was just Asmeri.
How about Yeen?
Yeena thinks she knows the spirit, that it talks to her. She talks to herself.
I see. And Silk?
Silk is no hunter. Silk scares children with stories at fire time. That 8-leg he wears, he did not kill it. Found it in the forest dead of age. I would like to see Silk face live 8-leg one day. See him wrapped up for lunch.
Wait, is he actually... Oh, that is actually a spider skull. You know, usually spiders don't have bones, but I guess that is just supposed to be a carapace.
What?
How about the bandit lords?
This is our home. We hunt, we grow, we build. Your kind in the forest kill, steal, and burn. Soon they will take it all, leave us no food. Then we must move. Leave our home.
Foreshadowing is a narrative device. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I get to finally talk to this guy right here.
That look in your eye. I recognize it. A survivor. Just like Einar. That is my name, Exile. Einar. In my native tongue, it means lone fighter. That is what Einar was for many years. But it is dangerous now to fight alone. Too dangerous. Even for the mighty Einar. We are in the final days of this world, Exile. Of that, I am sure. We survivors must unite, prepare for the end, and delay its arrival as long as we can. For that, we will need supplies, weapons, shelter, food. This is where you come in. It will surprise you to learn that I am not popular. The others here are ignorant. They do not see the end coming. They are not survivors like me, or you. Before we met, I kept beasts in the encampment. They got into the grain, then the meat. They were not as picky as Einar about where they did their business. I learned that rowers do not digest rower meat very well. So I moved them to a new location, the menagerie, far away. It is a secret place. This is where we will perform the ritual for the first ones. I have built a blood altar for such a purpose. Do you wish to see it? Tell Einar. You will be taken there.
Okay. Tell me about Einar.
You want to know Einar's past? That is Einar's business. No one else's.
Alrighty then. The first ones.
They were the first survivors. The first ones showed my people that to win, you must outlast. They left this world long ago to seek other survivors. But they will return. And when they do, I will join them in the Great Grove. And you will join Einar, yes? Yes.
What about trading?
Not all beasts were born equal, survivor. The first ones look upon some captures and sacrifices more fondly than others. You may not even deem some beast worthy of sacrifice. Do not worry. Einar has imbued some orbs with powerful blood magic. You can use these bestiary orbs on any beast in the menagerie, and the beast will be bound to the orb. Then you can do whatever you want with it. Give it to a handsome man like Einar, maybe. You cannot tell, but I am very handsome under this mask. Once a bestiary orb contains a beast, you can use it again to release the creature to the menagerie. Be careful, though. It will break the orb.
Oh, I love him. He's just such a dude. Also, I am actually gonna invite to hideout.
Exile, you are a welcome omen.
He made Pokeballs? Yeah, literally. All right, let's actually visit the menagerie because I think there is more stuff to learn about here.
Welcome to Aina's Menagerie, Exile. This is where I keep the beasts we capture. Do not worry about their well-being. I do not think they will worry about yours. Are watching. Show them you are worthy.
Yeah, now I do want to mention, I'm not going to go through all the mechanics and whatnot. Like, I'm not going to go through all of them and talk about them. Stream died? Oh, what the Oh, wait, nope, I think... Are we back? Oh, Fibbly, no. Are we back? What the fuck is... Oh, wait, are we back? No? Fuck! Okay, fuck. Wait. Hold on, I actually want to see. Hold on. So, if I was to just like... Oh, that delay though. Oh, that delay is horrible. Okay, y'all can't see this, but on my end, it's already been 30 seconds. Oh my god. What the fuck? 47-second delay. No, I'm restarting this shit. I'm doing a hard reset. I will actually be right back for now. I will be right back. Everybody go grab some drinks, snacks, do whatever you need to do. All right, anyways, I will see y'all whenever I get back, okay? It's a good time to take a break.